Well, Governor Mary Fallin signed an executive order in February requiring state agencies to eliminate questions about felony convictions from employment applications, saying she wanted to remove unnecessary barriers for Oklahomans with felonies trying to get a job. Studies show that recidivism, a relapse into criminal behavior, often comes down to just one thing: the relative lack of opportunity for inmates once paroled. And what we know is there's a direct correlation between opportunity and employability, and that nearly always comes down to skills training. And that's where our Blaine Singletary picks up our story.
Out in this prison yard, the only thing hotter than the summer sun is the welding equipment. But these inmates don't see this as another burden. Instead, it's a valuable opportunity.
Yeah, this is the best opportunity I've had. This is the best opportunity of my life.
John Klein is one of 7 inmates out here today on a fast track to a brighter future. This welding program gives them the skills they need to land a job and effectively a second chance on the outside.
The program is just a real short-term program to catch guys at the back end of their incarceration, give them a chance to get out and make some money before they're discharged.
Robbie Sanders is a career tech instructor. He says after completing this class, these inmates will have what it takes to enter a work release program, and that alone can give them a leg up on their transition to the outside world.
When you step back into society, you have court costs you have to repay. Most of them will set it up where they have to pay $50 a month. Well, if you don't have a job, $50 a month might as well be $500 a month because you don't have it. So if they can transition back in and they're already in the workforce, it's a lot easier to pay those bills off and then get your debt paid back to society completely.
Career Tech started this program with the help of the Oklahoma Department of Corrections and the Education and Employment Ministry, or TEAM for short, whose mission is to break the cycle of incarceration in Oklahoma. And that's no small task. When it comes to recidivism, 21% of people released from Oklahoma's prison system went back in 3 years or less. But this new program gives inmates that spark, set their lives in a new direction. Again, John Klein.
I'd like to make a career out of it. That's my plan. Well, for the rest of my life until I'm old enough to retire at least.
And that's where the next leg of this program comes in. In partnering up with Work Ready Oklahoma, TEAM gets these inmates into jobs they can grow with, in areas like heavy machining, culinary arts, and of course, welding, at places like W&W Steel.
Been welding for a long time, just never as a steady job, but I always knew how to do it.
This is Donald Calloway, an inmate in the work release program. It wasn't long after he got into prison that officials began to notice his metalworking skills.
TEAM was starting up this welding program, and I told him I'd like to get in it. Working for him so hard, that's what he was looking for, was guys that wanted to work. He interviewed me and told me he was going to put me in the program, and next thing I knew, there I was.
Career Tech works with these companies to build their training classes around what employers want from their potential employees. David Winters is the safety director at W&W Steel.
We provide most of the education as far as the hands-on, the welding experience. Anything that you come in with is obviously helpful. We like to get people that have a basic general knowledge, a good work ethic, and then we train them up.
And Winters is one part of a very supportive atmosphere for these one-time offenders. Mark Millsap is the training director.
I look at it as, if you're willing to help yourself, I'll help you. So I do what I could or what I can to help you. If you show me a positive attitude, motivation, a willingness, and you're teachable, then the sky's the limit for that person. And a lot of times you don't get that in the first day or the second day. It takes a few days before you realize and see that, in a person.
It's all about giving that second chance. And in Calloway's case, he's already given back.
He asked me if I could cage in the roof on his outdoor detention unit. And I went in there with a notepad and a piece of paper, and I told him what I was going to need. And he asked me how long it was going to take me to do it. And I said, well, if you give me 3 guys, it'd be about 2 weeks. Ended up doing it in 7 working days. They came in, looked at it, like, wow.
That prospect of a second chance is what drives all the inmates in this program. It's a difference that Millsap says he can see teeming within.
You see it in their eyes sometimes, like, you know, hey, I made a grave mistake and can I turn around? The guy that's coming from team maybe have a little bit more to prove. That being said, you know, hopefully we can give him the tools to help him improve and turn things around.
Now, recidivism rates do vary by both gender and age. Overall, the recidivism rate in Oklahoma is 21.2%. For males, it's slightly higher at 22.6%, and for females, significantly lower at 13.3%. And recidivism rates do decrease as we age. Offenders who are 25 years of age or younger at the time of release have the highest recidivism rate at 31.8%, returning to prison within 3 years. Now, offenders who are 56 years of age or older, well, they have the lowest recidivism rate at only 8.8%. And when you break it down by race and ethnicity, recidivism rates in Oklahoma, well, they look like this. Native Americans have the highest at 24.7%, followed by African Americans at 23.1%, Caucasians at 20.1%, while Hispanics have the lowest at 17.4%.